Hello Informed Crows, I'm John from the Haunted Informer. Today I'm going to be giving you my review of Barrett's Haunted Mansion. And I really enjoyed this haunt. This is up in New England, and this is based on my experience during the 2023 Legendary Haunt Tour. Had a wonderful time, and I'll tell you all about it. And here is the magnet for them. Awesome logo. So like I showed you in the intro, here is my Barrett's Haunted Mansion magnet. Really good quality, very reasonable price. They actually made a custom pamphlet just for the Legendary Haunt Tour for everyone that was attending, and it tells you all about their history. So this is what the mansion actually looks like when you walk into the haunt with the line and everything. It's very creepy, and they have mobile photo ops from the Scare Factory of different ghouls and skeletons. And as you can see here in this pamphlet, there's a whole bunch of fun facts about this. And on the back, here's the custom logo Chad Savage made for the shirt design for that year with a witch on it. It says Salem and everything, and it says, "We are truly honored to be a part of this tour." So I was very impressed that they made a custom pamphlet just for the tour. They did not have to do that, go the extra mile, so I'm very appreciative of that. I keep this and look at it throughout the years. I've looked at it, and I'm very happy that I have this piece of memorabilia from them. And it tells you each year all the sets inside the Haunted Mansion and much of Condemned, that's the second haunt they have, are completely taken down, and fresh sets are meticulously detailed and built from scratch starting in the spring. So the second attraction, currently named Condemned, was added in 2013 as a cage maze called The Cell, and every year has grown in size, detail, and theming. The Condemned attraction was previously a mini golf nicknamed Mount Blood during the Halloween season. In 2020, due to the pandemic, we created Screens and Screams, and that was a drive-in movie double feature with characters coming to your vehicle to scare and entertain you, as well as having food delivered to your car from the Abington Ale House. So right next to the haunt is a restaurant called Abington Ale House, and during the Legendary Haunt Tour, we actually ate there. They had a whole meal for us. It was very fun, lots of quirky, different knickknacks all over the walls and everything, and all the servers and everything there were very nice, and they had custom food for us. They had sandwiches that looked like they had teeth on it. It was really fun, and very nice service, very nice restaurant, very quirky, like I said, set up there. And what's awesome was they had line actors and scare actors in there, including stilt walkers coming after you during the experience. I was very impressed by that. The quality of the makeup and the costuming was great, had a very gritty, creepy tone to it, and all the characters were totally in character, doing an excellent job. I really loved it. I'll tell you some more fun facts about this on the pamphlet here. It said they offer behind the screams lights on tours on Saturdays in October. They have 50 to 60 paid actors. Both attractions nightly, up to 15 additional roaming outside, so up to additional 15 actors outside. They have 12 full-time makeup artists, including various makeup types and styles: airbrush, cream makeup, water and alcohol activated, silicone mask, latex, all that good stuff. Volunteer groups staff the attractions during Thursdays and Sundays, and when they do that, they're raising money for their charity. And Barrett's Haunted Mansion has donated close to $2 million for local charities. This was as of 2023, so it's most likely more now. And they create specific audio for each set and sync the lighting to the sound in the Condemned to overload all your senses. And the large jester head seen behind the mansion, you do see that before you go in, was actually originally a casino chandelier built by Kern Studios and then part of the New Orleans float. So very cool. And it says several people have claimed they felt the spirit of a woman in the basement of the Haunted Mansion. So lots of creepy stuff here. On the back, it tells you all about their origins, and you can see that here. I'll put that there. If you want to take a screenshot and read that, you can. So it tells you all about how they started, and yeah, it says how they started everything. And of course, they started with just the black walls that everyone starts with, and eventually they change it up. Every year they change up the theme for the main haunt. The first one you go into the Haunted Mansion, and the year I went through it with the Legendary Haunt Tour, it was called Cursed. So the first couple scenes were very witchy themed, and they had witches coming after you, and there's cauldrons with fog coming out of it, and it was very creepy, and custom vine work in there, and it looked really good. I love the attention to detail with the set design, and like I said already, the scare actors were totally in character. Very, very good quality scare acting, some of the best I've ever seen. The makeup was excellent, and you, like it said on that pamphlet, they had cream makeup and silicone and all that good stuff, and latex. They incorporated all of that into the makeup, and it turned out really awesome, and the costumes, and it all worked really well. I saw multiple scenes at Barrett Haunted Mansion that I never experienced anywhere else, so it's easily one of the most unique attractions I've ever experienced. When you're waiting to go into the mansion, when you're in line, they actually have a stage where variety acts happen. So they actually had this part where they had one of the evil chefs. She's actually right here. I'll show you a picture of her right here. She actually was out there, and she had this show where she had people eating bugs, and oh, it was crazy. And another one, they had this voodoo doctor out there, and he had somebody try to pull this fish hook out of his mouth, and it was wild. So there was a lot of crazy stuff happening there. It was very entertaining how they interact with you, and you had a good time. And they're playing movie clips of different movies on these different video screens they had, and the rules for the haunt and promos, and it was just so much fun. So much fun. One of my favorite scenes in Barrett's Haunted Mansion was the workout section, like the exercise room, and like this one scare actor appears out of nowhere, and he's telling the one other scare actor that's totally in character, like he's the trainer. He's like, "Come on, work harder, no pain, no gain," and the other characters acting like they're punching a punching bag, and there's like a bench there where they could lift weights, and oh, it was so good. And they had a prop of an oversized guy in the corner. He said, "You want to be better than him. You want to get in shape," and that was so interesting, so unique. Never saw an exercise room in a haunt before. That was so awesome. And another thing that's really cool about Barrett's Haunted Mansion is before you go through the main mansion, there's a pre-haunt where you walk into the Devil's Mouth. Like the logo, you walk into the Devil's Mouth, and takes you through this demented birthday party with clowns, and they're coming after you, and it's very intense. And they do that because so many people would chicken out going through the main haunt. They want to have a pre-haunt. If you get scared, you can just leave. So they have the pre-haunt where you walk into the Devil's Mouth, demented clown birthday party, really awesome, pinatas and everything. And if that scares you, you can leave and say, "I'm done, that was too much." And if you are a thrill seeker like me and want to go through the haunt, of course you're there to see the whole show and everything, then you will continue and go through the main haunted mansion. At one point, there was Evil Tattoo Shop, and they had different props where they'd make the sound effects and come after you. And there was Evil Barber Shop at one point, and there was a whole bunch of racks with these devil prop heads on it. And they said we're just going to cut a little off the top. And oh my god, it was so good. So many different interesting scenes in there. One of my favorite parts was the airline. So there was like a Barrett's Haunted Mansion Airlines, and there was a character that came at you that looked like he was working for the airlines with the high vis vest and everything. And he said, "Do you have any luggage to check in?" And then you go in, and it looks like you're actually boarding onto an airplane, and they have it fully decked out with the seats and everything, and the different oxygen masks that come down, and you walk in, and the floor is slanted, so you go in, and then the whole thing falls, drops under you, the floor, and you feel like there's a crash happening, and the different masks come down with the oxygen masks, and oh my god, it was so good, and the scare actors coming at you, and that was incredible. One of the most unique scenes and interactive scenes I've ever experienced at any haunted attraction. One point you go out and there's an area with sparks happening, like spark effects, and there's scare actors on bungees coming right at you, right at your face, and disappearing. And wow, just wow. I would love to go back to New England and go to Barrett's Haunted Mansion again. I was absolutely blown away by how good quality the scare actors were, the makeup, and the costuming, and all these good quality, innovative scares, and these different scenes you don't see often. So continuing on with your experience at Barrett's Haunted Mansion, you get through the main mansion attraction, and that'll then lead you to the queue for the second attraction, which is called Condemned. It's about a condemned building that was an industrial plant, and the workers there got infected and burned with all these different chemicals when they're working there, and everything went haywire and all kinds of awful things started happening. That's the general premise of it. And there's some scenes around that, and then there's also a whole bunch of different other ones as well. And when you go through that attraction, it's very gritty and over the top. And I really enjoyed it. I really did. That second attraction was still very detailed. I still clearly remember the ending where it's more of a gothic section that's more lit up with these faux candles and all these different ghouls and goblins are coming after you and being very intense. Some of the scare actors actually linger out of the attraction and chase people. I clearly remember seeing people getting chased in my group and other people, and that was so much fun there. So I highly recommend going to Barrett's Haunted Mansion. You're going to have a great time. Definitely one of the most unique haunted attractions I've experienced, and right after you go through the second attraction, it leads you straight to a photo op. At least it did in 2023. It led you right to a photo op you could get a picture with, and the little merch stand where they were selling these magnets for a very affordable price, and also merch like shirts for the different attractions for Cursed at the time, Cursed and also Condemned. So lots of good stuff there. I'm very excited for you to experience Barrett's Haunted Mansion for yourself. You'll have so much fun. It's easily one of the most innovative, unique attractions I've been through, and you're going to have a blast. I know you will. That was the Haunt Informer. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get a notification every single time I put up a new video. Give this video a thumbs up and share with your friends. And I'm on social media and you can find all those links below. So tell me about your experiences at Barrett's Haunted Mansion. I had a wonderful time. I told you all about it in this video. Tons of really unique, interesting sets and scares and scenes you really don't see often in haunts. So tell me about your experiences at Barrett's Haunted Mansion in the comments below. And as always, happy hauntings.